Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Story Time. But today we got a specific challenge for you. We are literally going to tell an entire story on one single whiteboard. Is this a horrible idea? Probably. Please join me and please don't judge me too hard. We're actually going to be talking about Super Mario RPG. And if you guys are wondering why the writing is so small, it's mainly just because I only have so much I have to explain this entire game on one whiteboard. This was a challenge that was made on my Twitch stream. By the way, twitch.tv/AmirAlogio92. If you guys want to join, feel free. I always appreciate you, obviously. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Super Mario RPG, which originally was actually also abbreviated as Legend of the Seven Stars. For some reason in this game, at least in the remake for the Switch, they decided not to include the Seven Stars bit. Not entirely sure why, because the Seven Stars actually still play a pretty significant role, but they just decide to like just audible that. It's like, no, like you get the Seven Stars, but you don't need to do it. But first off, so you have Mario chilling, you know, he's just going around, he is living his life, but then all of a sudden Princess Peach gets stolen by Bowser. How do we actually signify that? Like maybe like there, and then it's taken by Bowser via a cart. That looked like a cart. It probably looks like a cart, but standard storyline. You know, Peach is trying to vision Mario. Bowser interrupts, steals Peach, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're back at the castle. How do we make a castle? We'll make this castle look there, and then we have Mario versus Bowser to save. So the standard equation, MVBVS, you know, standard stuff. You guys know what it's all about. So overall, once you're there, you start fighting, and all of a sudden you realize you can't attack Bowser. You don't want to attack Bowser. Why would you do that? That's like the stupidest thing you ever do. If anything, there's a little chain shop that looks like a little Pac-Man guy. You actually want to attack that Pac-Man guy. You attack him, you hit him, it like destroys the chain of events, which is funny. Chain of events, it's a thing. Play the game. Anyways, so Bowser starts actually falling down. Woo! And then all of a sudden you start celebrating. But then Bowser just decides to say, it's like, oh, are you joining me, Mario? Woo! And then like throws a hammer at Mario. And then all of a sudden Mario gets affected in the chain of events. And he starts going down too. It's a thing. It's amazing. They're probably a little bit better, honestly, in my opinion, on the Super Nintendo version. In the Switch, it's still pretty funny, but it's still fantastic. So all of a sudden, now you have both of these guys just falling down. They're crying. They're sobbing. They wish Princess Peach was there to save them. Then all of a sudden, you know, Mario decides to jump on Bowser's head and make sure to go back to Peach. And obviously, I only have so much whiteboard, and we're only at the first part of the game. I only have so much to do with this whiteboard. Please bear with me. Then all of a sudden, yeah, you have a Mario bounce on Bowser's head to save Peach. And they're like, oh my god, it's fine. But then all of a sudden, you have this giant, like, claymore that just comes into, like, Bowser's castle and decides to just, like, throw all of these guys, boom, 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 all the way across the Mushroom Kingdom. Funny enough, Mario gets thrown back home. I don't know how he got so lucky at that point. Bowser, we actually don't know exactly where he gets thrown away. It was probably somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom. Wasn't sure if it was like in the wilderness, if it was actually the Mushroom Kingdom, if it was like this crocodile guy we'll meet later, whatever. But funny enough, Peach gets thrown to another castle and literally gets taken hostage by another bad guy. Oh my god, plot convenience. You wake up, you're like, oh my god, I'm Mario, I'm that guy, let me go, and you just go back to the castle. So you decide to go back to this castle, but then you realize all of a sudden this claymore, the claymore that's like right here, he actually comes back to this castle and he destroys like the bridge here. So all of a sudden now you can jump. You are that guy, but you're not that guy. You know what I mean? You can't jump 25 miles. So all of a sudden you're dead. You're dead. Like you tried in an alternate universe, you died. So you see that flashback and you're like, oh my god, I can't jump this area. So then you go back home, you talk to this little mushroom guy, and the mushroom guy is like, okay, hey, we need to solve this. We need to figure out what we're going to do. We need to make sure that we let the king of the mushrooms know. I'm not sure why I said it that way, but we're just going to go with it, okay? So we need to let the king of the mushrooms know that Princess Peach is now trapped, not by Bowser, but by somebody else. So all of a sudden, now you have to make a little journey, boo, 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 and then you fight these guys that are like really really big deals in like the Mario universe, but in this, like, they literally only have one instance. It's literally the first minor boss you fight, and it's the Hammer Bros. And that's how you get your first weapon. You get the hammer. Oh my god, it's so delicious. I don't know why I said delicious. Again, just go with it. I understand. Mario has a lot of iconic, like, Mario enemies at this point, but the fact that the Hammer Bros literally gets maybe like 10 seconds, it's like, okay, thank you, goodbye, bye-bye. And you even get upgrades. This is just level 1. This is level 1. You still get a 2, 3 later in the game. It's not understandable. I don't know why. But anyways, so you get 1, 2, 3. At this point, you get level 1 hammer. Boom, we're good. So all of a sudden, now you go through your trials. You defeat some Goombas. You delete some spiny heads. Honestly, you delete them. And then you get to the Mushroom Kingdom. Mushroom Kingdom. That makes sense. Anyways, you eventually meet the, god of lightning, snow, thunder, and fire, which is called Mallow. We're gonna call him MA because M is Mario. Remember, M will always be Mario. But you meet Mallow that literally can control weather at a whim. So if you ever depress him by saying like, hey man, you just don't look that good in that suit, he's gonna cry, it's gonna cause a flood, you're just gonna deal with it. Once you figure out that he is an integral part of your party, you can actually treat him like a literal piece of garbage. And that's the beautiful part of like this game, is Mario can actually be evil. And what I mean by evil in the sense of like, you have some of the most audacious like responses you could make in this game that makes you think that the morality systems existed before morality systems existed. It's like egregious or whatever. But anyways, like, so you treat Mallow like shit, let's just be honest here. And eventually you decide that he could join your party. So then like, yay, party. You guys join a party. But he's also here because he was sent by a tadpole grandfather sensei to like buy this like great cricket pie. I'm not even sure how to draw a cricket. Is this how you draw a cricket? In a pie? Maybe pie, whatever. So, but his money is stolen by a crocodile. I know this is gonna start sounding a little crazy, but literally his money is stolen by a crocodile. The money he was gonna use to buy a cricket pie to feed his frog grandfather, even though he's a cloud. That's just the type of game we're dealing with, okay? Eventually Mario's like, fuck this shit, hits him in the head with the hammer after chasing him for like 3 screens or whatever, gets the money back. But then when we get back to the Mushroom Kingdom, now all of a sudden it's taken over by these weird Shy Guy people, and they're just jumping. They're just like boom, 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 boom. They're just jumping around, man. Like, if you guys remember that one song, like jump, jump, literally that's what they're doing right now. So they're jumping around, they're just living their life, they're just doing what they need to do, but they're also disrupting the Mushroom Kingdom. So of course Mario's like, no, we can't have this happen. So he shows them how much we can jump. It's like jump, 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 jump. So it literally shows them like how you can really jump and just like demolishes them. But at the end of the day, all of this equals a star. Oh my god. And at this point, we don't exactly know what a star does. It's like, okay, it's a star. Even though Mario's whole gimmick is stars. Once you really put that in perspective, like, you don't quite understand why was the whole gimmick just stars. Anyways, so you get a star, everything's good. And then all of a sudden, Mallow, this like deity here of like the wind and like thunder or whatever, he's like, we should go visit my grandpa. Oh my god. So you visit the grandpa. You also start learning about music. So you also remember about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I mean, if you are into that type of stuff. So you do all that stuff. You figure out that like, oh my god, I need to go do more stuff. So you go do more stars. You go find more stars. And this includes you going to literally a mountain area where like they decided just to let these kids, like little kids, like let's just like let me explain this real quick. Little mole kids that are like, oh my god, like I can just go play in like a cavern that absolutely has no parental supervision, and one of these fucking the kids has like a little baby. They have a baby. They took a baby into a cavern. Why would they do that? I don't understand. Okay, so there's that, and then they have like a minecart segment that like you have to drive like around like little minecart things that, and then like there's another level where like you actually meet these mushrooms at the Mushroom Kingdom, and they love each other. They're like, oh my god, like we're gonna get married, and they even talk to you about it in the Mushroom Kingdom. They're like, oh my god, like we're gonna get married, we're gonna be here, oh my god. But then when they go get married, then like this guy that owns this giant tower that actually has Princess Peach like trapped in there, they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna get married now, I'm gonna go do my stuff, I'm gonna go hijack these people's wedding and go get married to Peach there. So all of a sudden, like you have like this guy is boosted like a little chest piece or whatever, and then you have like the little like Princess Peach there, and they're just there, they're about to get married. So then Mario jumps in, just like we gotta save them. And Booster, he's like a kid, he's like 5 years old, he doesn't know what's happening, he thinks this is a game. So he's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. And all of a sudden now, like, it wasn't like Booster that you actually had to fight. It was the fucking cake. The cake was possessed. The cake was possessed. The cake was the one that was just the true enemy. You had to destroy him, okay? So, like, okay, we're getting to the end here, okay? We're getting close to the end here. I know you guys are having a hard time following me here, okay? Again, remember, people getting married, cake, Minecraft babies in waterfalls. We're doing all this stuff. There's this guy named Big Yoshi. He's like, there's a guy named Big Yoshi. Okay, we're there. We're almost there. Okay, so where it gets fantastic is then you have this little like town that literally has like a little port with like a little like boat area, and they're like, oh my god, it's a seaside port, like they're there just chilling, they're just being there, you know what I mean? But apparently like this is like possessed with ghosts, so we're gonna bring back the old like Boo thing, and like, oh my god, Boo, even though they're not all boos or whatever, there's like rats in that fucking like boat, it's like ridiculous or whatever. So they're just like chilling, but like all these like little mushroom people, like they seem possessed too. They're like, oh my god, you need to go get this treasure because we're gonna kill you if you don't. Like, that's pretty much what they say. They can't say that in an E-rated game, but that's pretty much what they say. So you're going there, you're just chilling, and then eventually, you know, you kill the ghost or whatever, which turns out to be Johnny the Pirate, which, if you know me personally, you know why that makes me so happy, and again, why this is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. But then you come back, and then everybody's like, oh my god, you saved us, like you gave us a star. Psych, we actually want that star from you. So they take the star away, but then like Johnny the Pirate that you end up killing ends up like stopping them. It's like, no, you're not gonna run away, bitch. Okay, we gave that to Mario, that star is Mario, you're not, or Mario's, you're not going to take it away. And so then it gives you enough time to like catch them, beat them, you're good, everything's good. And then you go to like this Star Valley after you're done. In this Star Valley, once you're done, it's like a land of like dreams and wishes. So you get to hear about all of these people plights or whatever, and you realize that the little like wizard over here that he thought he was a frog, he's not a frog, he's actually a deity of this like cloud area. So then you have to climb this beanstalk to get to this cloud area, but then you find out that the cloud area is for some reason taken over by these birds, and they want to kill like the cloud population, and they're trying to impersonate the Cloud Prince with like a giant toucan like bird or whatever. So they're like, yo, like this is the prince, you know, please hail him, yada yada yada. But eventually the actual prince comes in and like knocks him the fuck out with your actual friends. I'm starting to lose it, okay? I'm trying to finish this. Loses it, and eventually, like, it's gonna sound very inappropriate, but this like girl here, the queen or whatever that's trying to convince everybody, she has like really big boobs apparently, but like they made them smaller in the remake. Totally didn't make sense of the story at this point, but I just had to point that out. So anyways, once you do that, then apparently The Cloud's father and mother, I'm not sure how to actually detain this here. We're like, oh my god, we'll give you access to this volcano. Please jump into it and get the star that's there. So, like, literally by beating this big boob lady, you allowed the parents of this god deity to access their parents. And the parents were like, okay, please jump into a volcano so you can access the star. Okay, yeah. This has been Whiteboard Story Time.